here I am with Kitty Umbraco, and she's going to tell us a couple of stories.
Okay, which one do you want first?
Well, the one that you told before about Frank and his niece going against each other at an auction. What was the piece they were bidding on? Do you know?
They were bidding on a tall wisteria compote, and it was in Frank's aunt's collection. And so she decided when she passed that she would divide up all of the money amongst the kids and nieces and nephews and all like that, and that she would have auctions of the glass that she had and of her furniture and everything. And if any of the kids wanted anything, they could purchase it from the auction, and then they still would receive their inheritance. So there was this one compote that was made by Fenton, of course, in a wisteria color, and it was his dad's favorite compote. So he had a big meeting going on, and he really couldn't miss the meeting. His wife Elizabeth had a ladies' club meeting going on at the same time as the auction, and his niece also had some function going on, so she couldn't go. And Frank really wanted that compote, so he says, I missed my meeting. I told him I was sick. And so he went to go to the auction to bid, and he was standing in the back because the auction had already started. And Elizabeth had thought, my husband really wants this compote. I could give it to him for Christmas and there wouldn't be a better present. So she sat down in the front seat, and then the niece at the same time was thinking, my uncle really wants this compote, and he's such a good guy. I'm going to skip my function. So she was over in this corner, and they were bidding against themselves on there. And all of a sudden, this guy runs up to the auctioneer and whispers in his ear something, and the auctioneer says, Frank, do you want to bid a bit higher than Elizabeth's bid? Frank looked, and there's Elizabeth in there. Elizabeth turns around, she sees Frank, and then the niece sees them both. And of course, he got his compote, but a little higher than he thought.
He would have had to pay.
And I went through my papers, and I couldn't find the exact amount, but I think it was either $400 or $1,200. And this is in the early 70s.
That was a lot of money.
It sure was.
Yep.
And the Intrigue Trader and all of the other newsletters, magazines, stretch glass pieces bought by Frank Fenton for $400. And the sale of stretch glass went crazy. It was wonderful.
It was good for a stretch. It was.
Yeah. And after a couple of months, it took it nosedive down.
Yeah.
And
back to reality.
Yeah. And so that happened. And of course, the way Frank tells everything is just wonderful on there. And he called me up afterwards because I also had a compote that was similar that he wanted to purchase. And I didn't want to sell it because he liked it.
Yep.
So greed, sets in on there.
Yes,
so he called me up after the auction. He says, I got a wisteria compote that I wanted from my aunt's collection. But he says, I had to pay a lot of money because I was bidding against my wife and my niece, and neither of the three of us knew about it.
The moral of the story is?
Don't bid against
your family. Well, thank you. That's great. Love it.